how to spot emotionally immature people and why you should avoid them in relationships. Emotional immaturity is such an important topic to understand when you want to create healthy, fulfilling, relaxed, amazing relationships. Emotional immaturity means that someone was not able to fulfill their emotional development, and parts of them got stuck at various developmental stages. So the way our psyche works is that we split into different parts of ourselves, essentially, or that's at least a really good concept to understand what happens. And so when you've experienced a very terrible situation and you couldn't deal with it, you get stuck at a certain developmental age. Similarly, also, if you had childhood needs that were not met for you, many of us maybe needed more connection, support, understanding, hugs. We also get stuck at different developmental stages. And then similarly as with our physical development, right? If you don't get enough food, water, nutrition, or if something happens and maybe your leg can't grow anymore, right? You get stunted in your development. And just because we can't see the emotional development doesn't mean that it still is happening and is existing. And you can see that when people act suddenly super, super childish in situations when they are triggered. And then we always know, oops, their development got stunted and parts of them are stuck in childhood. So, and if someone has lots and lots and lots and lots of parts stuck in childhood, we consider them an emotionally immature person. So I thought about what are the three things that really make them special. And I was thinking, it really is, it comes down to three things, how you can spot them. Number one, they never take any self-responsibility for their actions. There's a famous coach whose name I forgot, and he said, adulthood begins when we take full responsibility for ourselves and our life. And that is 100% true. I've never met a person that who refuses to take responsibility, who is actually a cool, mature, successful person. No. In childhood, it's natural to not want to take responsibility, and it's totally healthy and normal because kids can't take so much responsibility, right? We slowly have to teach them what that means. But as an adult, of course, it's very healthy to take full responsibility because that's the only place ever you can change anything. But also you have to understand, even if it's painful, that a lot of the things in your life are a result of your actions and choices, right? So you are literally responsible. And of course, every one of us has a package, different heritage, different backgrounds. Definitely, right? And a lot of some people have a lot more heavy stones to carry than other. But still, right? No matter where you come from, you have the responsibility what you do now with your life. And anyways, right? If you think that's morally good or not, taking self-responsibility is a much better choice anyways, because as I said, this is your only place of power. But if someone is emotionally immature, they will be like, no, it's your fault. It's their fault. It's because of this. It's because of this. And that's why I'm in this place. And I'm sad and the world is a horrible place. And can you see this energy? This is a child. So a part of their psyche is like 3 or 4 or 5 years old and is stuck there. Another sign that someone is emotionally immature is when they are passive aggressive. Passive aggression is this typical behavior of someone who never learned how to resolve conflicts or conflicts of interest in a beneficial way, because conflict is a very normal part of life, right? But if you can't talk about it in a calm way and explain your perspective to others, you get passive aggressive. And again, this is a very childish way of being, you know? It's like, I don't know how to tell you that you really annoy me and make me angry, so I'm just gonna be like this, and this is my energy now, right? Again, really emotionally mature, and I just avoid such people because I feel like they just drag my energy. And then the third sign of someone really being emotionally mature is when they play a lot of games and you never really know what's real. You don't really understand what's happening, and you feel like that there's always like some sort of like power play, and it does not always have to be on purpose, right? Like I know a lot of people of the older generation, like my parents' generation, that really, when you speak with them, you almost feel like they're kids, and they just sort of like trying always to win or to up one you. They're very emotionally manipulating or something, and it's not necessarily conscious, but this is just how they grew up, and you can see that a lot of their developmental needs were not met, and they basically got stunted and they're really stuck. And you can see this also often then when they get very, very old, they literally become babies again, because they were just, parts of them were just never allowed to develop. So yes, so this is what we call emotional immaturity, and these are the 3 signs that you can see if someone is emotionally immature. And I would recommend for you, if you're in a relationship and you see those signs that I have just said, see if your partner wants to work on it. If yes, that's great. And maybe you could support them a bit, or at least point them to the right resources. But if not, I would be very, very careful, because it's literally as if you were in a relationship with a small child. And it can be annoying, and you can feel like you're constantly in the parental role. And I would say if they don't want to change, then it's going to be very, very difficult to have relationships with them. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. And yeah, if you want to learn more, you can download my free ebook called The Secret Guide to Satisfying Relationships. And of course, reach out, as always, for coaching with me. And you can find all the links below. Bye bye, all the best.